So I'll give you a couple examples. This is the drums that I've already programmed. Okay? So it's very basic. At this point, it's just very basic. Really, all I'm trying to do is just get more like a tempo marker. I got a feel for the track. I got a feel for where I want to go musically. And so what I'll do once I've kind of got that down is I'll go through and I'll start auditioning sounds. Now here's an example. These are different samples that that you would listen to. Okay, that's one sound right there. Okay, now these are samples already looped. Now I'm not just going to go in here and grab these samples and throw them in. We're not trying to learn how to do that. What we're trying to learn how to do is take these samples or these sounds or these melody ideas, chop them up and make them to where you want them to be. So here's another one that I'm messing with. Okay, very basic, very small. Okay, that's another one. And here's some string sounds that I've kind of imported. Those are mainly just hits. These are just a basic string hit. And the whole idea is really what I'm just looking for when I'm doing this. I'm just looking for inspiration. I'm looking for that sound that makes me go, oh yeah, that's hot. That's what I want to work with. And that's part of the thing. When you make a track, you really just want to find something that inspires you, something that gets you open, something that makes you go, yeah, that's where I want to go with it. That's where I want to mess with it in. Here's another string sample. Whoops, that's the same one I already had. Here's another sound. This is sort of a synth sound. Now a sound like that, because it's so simple, it's just a basic hit, you can't really build a melody off that. What you're looking for is stuff that's a little more drawn out, a little more basic stuff that you could work with. Okay, so there's another one. That one definitely can work with. You got several notes in there. Again, the idea is not to take what's in there, but the idea is to basically go in there and mess with it, flip it around. And there's a Rhodes sound. So out of all those that I was listening to, probably the one I'm going to mess with first is going to be this synth sound, because I think that can give me a nice little basic melody. So what I start doing at this point is I just start running my drums. Now I'm going over to my MIDI keyboard. Obviously you can't see it right now, but I'm going to start messing with the melody just to get a feel for it, just to see what I can come up with. Whoops. Let's see here. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Alright, now I'm just going to start playing around with melodies until I come up with something that I dig. So I want to catch the beat and then go. And you know what? And this is part of the creative process. I'm not feeling that. These sounds to me just sound they're too big. In other words, it's hard to build a melody around big sounding pads. Those are what we would call pad sounds because they're big and full. So that to me almost feels like something more that would be more of something I want to throw during the chorus to make the chorus feel big. So what I'm going to kind of do is kind of go over here, take a listen to this. I'm just going to go through some of these different sounds till I find something I'm looking for, something that I can vibe with. So I'm kind of digging that. So I'm going to try this over the drum. That I'm kind of digging. And what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to record that in a 4-bar loop like this. Okay, so what you heard is me laying down the basic melody, but there was a few notes in there that are a little bit off. So what I'm going to do is erase all that. I'm going to re-record it again, and this time I'm trying to get it to where it runs smoothly like this. Here we go. Okay, so after me listening to this, I realized that the second pass that I took at, because I'm working in a 4-bar loop, the back half part of it was a little bit better than the first part. So I got a really simple way of fixing that. Rather than having to replay it again, I just simply copy the part that I want, and I paste it. So now it's flowing seamlessly. So you don't notice any gaps or any breaks. So that, to me, this becomes sort of my basic melody that I think I can mess with. Now, I'm not saying I'm finished or I'm committed to this, but this gives me at least a template to kind of work with. Now, what I usually do when I make a basic melody, the first thing I try to do is learn how to tweak it differently. Now, what does that mean? These are actually some things that you want to write down. Ways that you can tweak your melody and make them unique. Now, the greatest producers are not the guys that walk over to the factory settings on their keyboard and just pull out the first sounds. The greatest producers are the ones that can take a basic melody that people will vibe with, and then they put a different sound. So where you listen to it and you go, man, how did he get that sound that's so different than anybody else? So we're going to jump into that right now. Okay, so now that I got my basic melody, what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to take it and begin to tweak it a little bit different. And how can you do this? I'm going to give you 5 different ways that you can tweak your sounds. And this applies to your drums too. And this is not something I talked about the other week. But basically what you can do, 5 different things that you can use to tweak your melodies, and you want to go ahead and write these things down. First off, change the pitch, okay? Change the loudness, filter, resolution, okay? Oh, if I'm going too fast, I'll slow down a little bit. And the attack, and I'll explain what all these mean in just one second. Alright, so here's some areas that you can mess with right here. So here we go. Now what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to change the pitch. I'm going to take it 1 octave lower. Now did you notice what I did there? All I did was simply shift it 1 octave lower. I made the pitch of it lower. Okay? Now what did you notice? It gave it a completely different feel right there? It's still the same melody, but it's a different feel now. It almost gives it more of a, more aggressive feel if you listen to the feel of the song. Now here's at the lower, now I'm going to bring it back higher just to kind of get it. Now I'm going to actually take it 1 octave higher. I'm not digging that at all. In fact, where I feel it feels the best is right here. It's kind of got a mean mug kind of feel. And now what I've also been able to do by messing with that is tweak it and give it a different feel that you wouldn't even remember the original sound. You're going to get a different feel from it, okay? Now, since we've gone ahead and we've taken 1 octave lower, we're not done. Now, this is where a lot of guys take it and they go, okay, I'm done. But the idea is you want to always think outside the box. You always want to take what you can do and expand it, make it bigger, make it better, make it different. Take it as long as you can to the point where you go, I've messed with it as much as I can, I've got it as best as I can.